wonders, oh wonders of the world. So many wonders to behold. So many questions in my mind. So many questions, so little time. Answers don't so easily come unless you know to ask someone who is a master of the trade. Ask them how clouds get their shape. Welcome to What the Heck Is That with David Shai Ventura. On today's episode of What the Heck Is That, we discuss the power of cooperation. JHFA stands for Artisan and Spec Labs cooperate to provide training and mentorship to artists on the artisan spectrum. While JHFA stands for Artisan focuses on helping musicians develop, fine-tune, and apply the musical and professional skills needed to integrate into the community by finding meaningful work. Spec Lab focuses on supporting the musician when developing and packages their original projects. It's great to see how each organization will help different pieces of the puzzle that ultimately empowers artists like myself who are on the artisan spectrum. Don't forget to visit both websites after watching today's episode. The website will be on the description box. Now, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Vice President himself with us today. Garth is the co-founder of Spectral Laboratory, and he is a music man. I got to be in his summer camp last year. We wrote a song and made a music videos. He is going to tell us about all the cool stuff he get to do at work. Welcome, Garth, and thank you for taking the time and being here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Vice President himself with us today. Garth is the co-founder of Spectral Laboratory, and he is a music man. I got to be in his summer camp last year. We wrote a song and made a music videos. He is going to tell us about all the cool stuff he get to do at work. Welcome, Garth, and thank you for taking the time and being here with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, David. Good to see you again.
What inspired you to start Spectral Laboratory?
Well, I think it was a combination of working with my business partner, Jason. At the time, he was the acting director. I was the music director. And we just got along really well. We were able to write a lot of great music, to work on some really great projects, and I think that kind of chemistry sort of carried over, and we felt like we wanted to start something, and got really excited about the idea of working with people in this community to create films, to record music. So it was a combination of that, and also having experiences working with students that are on the spectrum that were just exceptional, that were really, really great. Seeing the potential, seeing the talent that was there, and the sort of latent ability to do things like record music and make films. So all of that just kind of combined at the right time in my life, and we just seized the moment. You know, it wasn't something that I'd been planning for years. It just one thing after another that kind of led to it, and haven't really looked back since.
That's great, good work.
Thanks.
How did you meet your co-founder, Jason?
Well, Jason is somebody that I actually knew kind of peripherally growing up. He was kind of grew up in the same town in Porter Ranch that I grew up in. Went to some of the same schools. One of my best friends, his older brother, was best friends with Jason. So we'd kind of known of each other for a while. And then I think it was back in 2013, I was looking for some jobs, and I found a gig doing some music direction at the Miracle Project, which is a theater organization that works with young people on the spectrum. And Jason was the acting director at the time, and he saw me coming in to check out the Miracle Project and was really excited. So he helped usher me in and bring me into that organization as the music director. And we just hit it off. We worked together for, I think, a little over a year.
Wow, what a true partnership.
Yeah, I think it's a really good one.
How old is Spectrum Laboratory?
See, Spectrum Laboratory really started at the beginning of 2015. So we're about 5.5 years old. 5 going on 6.
Well, can't wait to see what the future looks like.
Oh, thanks, David. Yeah, the future is looking good. I think these are challenging times right now for so many people with the lockdown and with just, the state of flux that everything seems to be in. But we are excited. We have a lot of great plans for the future. So cheers to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about building this company?
It's hard for me to single out one thing. I find that there's a series of obstacles and then victories. So you have small hurdles you have to climb at every point. Prior to Spectrum Laboratory, I had not been a business owner. I hadn't started a company before. So, same with Jason. I think for both of us, the challenges in just kind of building out a company, there's a lot of red tape that you need to go through, a lot of just things that are separate from the creative process that have to happen to have a company function. So learning about all of that was a process. I wouldn't say it was extremely hard. It just took time, and we had to be careful and thorough. So I don't know. The hardest part, I think. Well, actually, I think there's so many things about it I love that are really exciting and really energizing. And one aspect of it that is challenging is because we're a nonprofit organization, we have to meet certain challenges. We have to fund our organization, and we have to make sure that it's equitable, right? So that students from any sort of background, any kind of socioeconomic, financial background, we want to give equal access to everybody. So it is a challenge. It is difficult. We have to make sure that we have the support within our organization, the funding, all of that, to keep it going and to make it available to everyone. But day to day, I think it's really a joy. So I don't think we get overcome by the challenges, thankfully.
Wow, I bet that was tough and challenging.
Yes, those challenges do occur.
What is your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part, I think it's just all of the relationships, all of the amazing students. I could be having a day that's not so good, but when I get a chance to work with them, it usually makes me feel 10 times better. Seeing their growth, seeing them kind of go from a place where they haven't maybe had a lot of exposure to the arts, and then seeing them run with it and do something that really is use their own voice in a matter of speaking, whether that's in a musical capacity or making films or in animation or voice acting, whatever it may be, to see them really take hold of something and run with it and enjoy it and love it and want to share it. I think that makes me feel really good. I think I like being able to help that and to help our students kind of express themselves creatively. And then I also like being able to be creative myself, because I get to be really hands-on in a lot of the projects. So that combination, that sort of balance of kind of helping, mentoring, and then also being creative, I love that. It just kind of puts me in a really sweet spot.
You must love what you do.
I really do. I think most of the time I absolutely love it.
I love it. How did you come up with the name Spectral Laboratory?
I'm gonna try to put the pieces together because I don't remember exactly, but I remember. So Jason and I, we knew that we wanted to start a production company. That's what we thought it was going to be at first, just sort of a place to produce content for artists on the spectrum. And then we realized, well, we actually need to kind of have a training grounds. We can't just expect to bring everybody in and get to it. We need to have some kind of a process. And, Jason and I are we experiment. We try things out to see what works. So the two elements, spectrum and laboratory, you have spectrum. There's a spectrum of talent, a spectrum of humanity, an autism spectrum. And then laboratory is a place for experimentation, a place for discovery. So you put those things together and there you have it. You have the Spectrum Laboratory.
Well, it's a great name.
Thanks.
What projects are you working on right now?
Oh, great question. There's a lot at the moment. There was a film that we completed last year that we're now submitting to film festivals. It's called Boys Don't Wear Dresses. A student in our program, Alani Shorin, wrote that with Jason Weisbrod, my co-founder. And that's a terrific film. It's about not only a person that is trans, but also a person that is autistic, and they're sort of coming of age in the beginnings of their college career. That was really wonderful process making that film, and now we're so excited to share it. We're actually in the process of getting into film festivals, and we're going to see where that continues to land this year. We have a lot of music coming out. Spec Lab Records is putting out a lot of singles in the next month, so look out for that. That's going to be really exciting. We just got a music gig. We've worked with this company, Exceptional Minds. That's really great. They work with students on the autism spectrum to train them in the realm of animation, and they try to network and provide them with inroads to get jobs in the animation industry. So they gave us a short animated film to do some music for. So we're just starting that. We're in the process of working on that. And then we also have something really cool going on through the summer. We have a digital storytelling camp. Because of the times we're in, everybody's had to adapt and find a way to learn remotely, virtually, through Zoom. So we developed a program where students can go through the process of filmmaking, composing music, voice acting, visual art, to create a short film of their own that's based on a story of their own writing. So that's really cool. It's a 2-week camp that we've put together, and we're going to have it rolling continuously, possibly throughout the end of the year. So really excited about that.
Great. Let me know if you need an extra hand.
Okay, David, sure.
What does a normal day look like for you?
Oh, normal day right now, when things are not normal, I usually start the day in the morning about 8 o'clock, have a light breakfast, and then, I kind of tend to whatever is ahead of me for the day. So Usually that involves things like mentoring sessions. So I might have a couple students that I'm working with one-on-one on a specific music project. Before we entered our summer mode and we're running classes, I would have probably a class during that day, a group class that I would go to, either one that I'm leading myself or one that I would sit in on for another program in Spectrum Laboratory, like the film class or like maybe a voice acting class. And then I will likely have some things I need to work on musically. So I might have a student song or another artist I'm working with. I also do production work outside of Spectrum Laboratory. So I might be composing or mixing a song at home, or I might even be tracking some instruments. You can see in the background there's some guitars. I don't know if you can see the keyboards here. So I might be using some of those instruments and working on a song. And then there's probably going to be a little bit of administration things going on. So I might check in with to see, do we need to follow up with some emails to some people? I usually write a couple of those every day. And then I'll probably wind down by maybe 6 or 7 and call a friend, maybe call my girlfriend. Because we're in lockdown, probably not going out too much, but try to get those phone calls in to make sure I'm, staying connected. I think that's really important. That's been one thing that's kind of helped me get through this time. I think for a lot of people it's the same, is just staying in touch with people you're close to. I think that's about right for a typical day at the moment.
We all need a vacation.
I'm actually going away today. I'm going to Idlewild with my girlfriend for a couple days. So yes, vacations are good. Breaks are good. We're probably not going to be taking any trips out of the country anytime soon with what's going on. But if you can get those getaways, those little retreats, even if they're nearby, those are really nice. I'm trying to plan on a couple of those this summer.
Hope you have a great time.
Thanks, David.
What are you doing to stay busy during lockdown?
Honestly, the just day to day keeps me pretty busy. I have a pretty steady amount of work coming in. So, just with what's going on musically within Spec Labs, it's really exciting. I'm trying to build out an entire music library, and we're still in production with a lot of artists. So I'm busy with that, absolutely. And then there's some artists I'm working with outside of Spec Labs that are also keeping me busy. So music is the main thing. Other odds and ends and day-to-day things for Spectrum Laboratory are always a factor that I'm keeping up with. But yeah, music is one of those things that can always keep you busy, always keep you creative. So I don't really have too many days where I just feel like I'm bored and have nothing to do. There's always something. There's always music to be made. So yeah, I guess that's mostly what I'm doing. That's mostly what's keeping me busy.
Music is medicine.
Music is medicine, absolutely. It really, really can change the way you feel.
While golf, is there anything you do? Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Your work is very important to my community.
Thank you, David. It's important to me, and I'm so glad to be able to do what I'm doing, and hope to keep it going for a long time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for. I am pleased to share with you the music video for my original songs, Inspired by a Dream, That's What's Up, written by me with musical support from Anthony David and George Earth. master. Powerful shade that angels created comes out from the other singing color. If you's cold, if you's fresh, if you's light, it cleans me. If you's cold, if you's fresh, if you's light, it cleans me. The night the earth opened up and angels crying for to sing a song to me. I listened close to her message, but I had not yet played best of the meeting. If you's cold, if you's fresh, if you's light, it cleans me. If you's cold, if you's fresh, if you's light, it cleans me. Inspired by the dream, I saw it in my sleep. When I opened my eyes, it had all disappeared. Inspired by the dream, I don't know what it means. When I saw it in mine, I could barely bring into life. The garden girl finger will hear the rain and welcome the insect who comes. The rain pours down over land and over me, stunking everything it touched. Inspired by the dream, I saw that in my sleep. When I opened my eyes, it had all disappeared. Inspired by the dream, I don't know what it means. When I saw it in mine, I could barely break into life. What the heck is that? Wonders, oh wonders of the world. So many wonders to behold. So many questions in my mind. So many questions, so little time. Answers don't so easily come unless you know to ask someone who is a master of the trade. Ask them how clouds get their shape. Welcome to What the Heck is That with David Shai Ventura.